word, honour, truth, and everything. I love you so.
Minx. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
I pity you. That's a degree to love.
12th night, 6:05, Christmas Day on BBC2.
Most wonderful.
A look at the weather now on BBC2 with David Brain.
Hello again and welcome to Weatherview. The eastern side of the Mediterranean's had some pretty awful weather over the last 2 days. A deep area of low pressure has produced not just some heavy rain. Here, for instance, in Turkey, we've had almost 150 millimetres of rain falling in 24 hours, but also a strong wind. And on this side of the low, those strong Etesian winds blowing down through the Aegean, keeping the temperatures low and also bringing some showery outbreaks of rain. So the Greek islands have not been too pleasant through the last 2 days. Now the good news is that low weakens, stays really where it is, but weakens. And I think through the Christmas period, we'll start to lose those very strong winds. But at the same time, a new area of low pressure comes closer to the British Isles, and I'll have more details on that as I move towards the end of this broadcast. It has been chilly in Eastern Europe. The most likely areas to see perhaps a little bit of the white stuff, a bit of snow. Romania, minus 17 last night. And I think we're going to see those blues remain with us through Christmas Day over much of Eastern Europe. So that's the best place to go if you want to find some snow. Now, across the other side of the Atlantic, it's been very cold during the night time. These are the sort of figures we saw last night across the United States, well below freezing in certain areas, but getting a little bit warmer as we move through the Christmas period, as warmer air starts to drift its way northwards. These are the daytime temperatures. But I think for New York on Christmas Day, just a chance of the odd snow flurry, temperatures at or hovering close to freezing. Well, let's stay with the Christmas theme and have a look at some of the other cities. Of course, in the southern hemisphere, it's mid-summer, so Sydney, no chance of any snow here. 29 degrees, hot for this part of Australia. Coming closer to home, though, Paris around 10 degrees. They are going to have a mild spell through Christmas Day, and the same for southern parts of England. London, probably no lower than 12 degrees on Christmas Day, and some rain here as well. Now, we still have a little bit of rain in the southeast of England, gradually pushing its way eastwards. It will leave the southeast coast in the second half of the night, and we are going to see some mist patches forming, but more importantly, with the clearing skies, also quite frosty, lowest temperatures between 0 and -3. Now, untreated roads and surfaces could be a bit slippery, so watch out for those first thing in the morning. And then through Christmas Eve, while these weather fronts start marching their way in, they are going to bring bands of rain across the whole of the British Isles. Some of that rain could be heavy in places as well, and also a fairly strong breeze as well. So the southeast probably staying dry, a bright start, a cold start, a frosty start, hanging on to a little bit of dryness, but eventually by dark some rain creeping in here as well. Generally quite windy, and the temperatures probably reaching their highest towards the end of the day, up at 8, 9, maybe even 10 degrees. Now, Christmas Day sees the main area of rain leave the southeastern quadrant of Britain, and there'll be showers to follow on behind, some of those linking together to give perhaps some more persistent snow across parts of northern Scotland. But the real problem will be Boxing Day, because a deep area of low pressure moves quite swiftly in, a blur of isobars there suggesting some really strong winds. Those winds will be gale, if not severe gale force winds, affecting many parts of the United Kingdom through Boxing Day. So it is going to be very windy. The best chance to see any snow will be across the far north. Bye for now.
Albert Finney and Tom Courtney are reunited.
What do we call each other?
I suppose I call you Southgate, you call me Spuddenida. How'd that be?
Yeah, you sure you wouldn't prefer Sir?
Two bachelors who find a new lease of life.
You have to understand that I'm a woman.
I had grasped that.
Call yourself a gentleman. Where I come from, a gentleman is somebody who keeps his word.
Might I ask what the family firm is?
If Mrs. Franks moves in, I should want to move out.
The joys of growing old disgracefully. A rather English marriage.
Chocks away, squadron leader.
Next Wednesday at 10:15 on BBC2. And that's all from BBC2 for now. However, BBC News 24 is on the air throughout the night on BBC1. So on behalf of all of us here on BBC2, this is Manju Mali wishing you a very good night.